What's going on, guys? Welcome to your second Unity tutorial, again with me, Travis. And I know that last tutorial is pretty boring because all you had to do was just download it. I didn't need to make a whole video for that. What we're going to get into in this tutorial is navigation, working with Unity, kind of getting getting the feel of it, and we'll go from there. And also, just to kind of discuss what we're going to go through in this series is a lot of things. I actually asked some of my subscribers what they want from this series. And from Twitter over here, you can see someone wants a horizontal or vertical shoot 'em up game with particles and that kind of stuff, which is awesome. Another person wants iOS games, which we're going to do as well. But more specifically on our Facebook page, they want a temple run game, second person shooter or 2D scroller, can't read, a 2D scroller, draw something type game, something that involves a lot of graphics, tower defense, RPG, pretty much every type of game they want it. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and cover a lot of these different aspects within Unity and build simple games. We won't get graphic intensive at the beginning, but we'll build some real simple games. So first game that we're going to build is something like Temple Run, and you're probably like, whoa, that's probably going to be pretty hard. It's actually not going to be that difficult. So let's jump into it. So the first thing that we want to do is actually save our project. So we're going to go up to the Unity and we're going to say actually create a new project, and we're going to save this as you can hit the set over here and save it in a specific location. We're going to save this as my bring back Unity, because if you guys want to look in the future, hopefully we'll have these apps on the market and you can kind of see what you're going to learn throughout this series as well. So it's going to be called My Bring Back Unity. We're going to say save or create project, I should say. It's going to take a little bit, and there we go, we're back. The next thing that we have to do is organize some of our folders, where we're going to save all of our code, where we're going to save some of our materials. We're going to save a lot of different things. So I'm going to set up a couple of folders here. All you have to do is go within your project tab and right click, hit create folder, and the first folder that we're going to set up is our scenes. And I'll explain what all these mean later. I'm just going to get some of the folders set up that we need. The next one is our prefabs, and right click one more and create our scripts. Obviously our scripts are going to be where we save all of our code. Now right now they're all within the scenes folder, so we probably want to pull these out and have them be their own folder as well. So go ahead and do file, save project. If you hit Control S, it's going to try and save the scene, which is a little bit different. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the file and we're going to go to build settings. And as you can see, here are our choices. We can do PC and Mac standalone, our web browser, the iOS, the Android, obviously whatever else. You guys might not have access to the iOS and Android because, again, I download it for free when it was available. So maybe you don't have that. Maybe we should just stick with like a web player and hit build. And the next thing it's going to do is it's going to set up our build path. So we might just call this web build or something like that. So when we run our application later, it's going to build this project for us through that build folder. All right, and we're just going to close this out. Got that set up. Again, you guys are probably like, whoa, you're just setting up things. You're not explaining anything. Don't worry about it. We'll get into it later and everything will make sense. So the first thing that we're going to do is kind of explain the layout of Unity. Here's our scene browser. This is where we can navigate around, place objects in, all that stuff that's going to go into the game development phase. Over here, our game window is what's going to look like in our actual game when we run this application. Over here is our inspector, which will tell us some properties of whether it be our game objects, whether it be our scripts, our prefabs, our scenes. It's going to tell us some information. It's just kind of a helper that's like, hey, did you know this? And we're like, yeah. But he also, we can also tell the inspector to do certain stuff for us, which is super helpful. Up here we have a few different choices. Don't worry about this layers for now. You can change your layout of Unity over here, maybe like the tall or the wide, depending on what you like. I'm going to do the wide section, and I'm just going to drag my game window out. I'm not sure exactly how you guys had it set up when you ran it. You're probably like, wait, where was that game window? Up here are two tabs, our game tab, our scene tab. You can drag this out and map it over here. This is kind of how I like to develop. The next thing you can do is go into any one of these tabs here, hit space, and it blows it up for you. So there might be those times where you're like, oh, where'd everything else go? It just shows my scene tab. Well, most likely you hit space by accident, so you can hit space again and it goes back to your layout. Now down here is our project and our hierarchy. Our project kind of has all of our information, all of our scenes, all of our game objects, everything. Now our game is full of different scenes, whether that be the menu scene, whether that be the level 1 scene, level 2 scene, whether that be a movie, a clip, like a movie between our levels that kind of play off of our game story. That's also considered a scene. So everything's built of scenes, and we can obviously save all those scenes within our scene folder. And basically our project holds all of our assets that we're going to need to develop our game. Now our hierarchy is more what this specific scene that we're in is showing. And right now we just have a camera. You can't, I mean, there it is, pretty awesome. But the camera is just pointing the direction of what our game view will see. So that's all that we have in our scene right now is just the camera. Looks like the background is blue. If we click on this camera, main camera over here, you can see the background is set as blue. You guys can change this around to whatever you want. Maybe a nice green color, and there we go. This is our camera setup. Alright, so that's kind of the basic introduction of the layout of Unity. I'll probably cut the video off here. In the next tutorial we'll talk about the navigation through the scene window, how to place objects and get things rolling. I know we're kind of starting off slow here, guys, but I just want to make sure everyone's not confused in the beginning, and then we will obviously, like I said, pick up the speed. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you check out that next tutorial and have a good day.